because it wants me to ask permission. It's like, you can't just record that. You need to make sure the listeners are recording. All right, well, let's get started. We've got a couple of people joining us virtually on Zoom. We're also recording this meeting. So if you want to go back at any point and what did they say about whatever, we'll share the link at that point. Well, good morning. Thank you for coming out here on a beautiful, shiny Chicago morning. I'm Tammy Garza. I'm the program director of the Dual Language Teacher Leadership Program. And here with my two colleagues, three of us, dreamt of this program 4 years now, 4 years ago. We went to Cosecha in New Mexico to do a language conference across the nation. We were astounded when we saw the number of recruiters for dual language teachers. So school districts had tables, they purchased tables, set up tables. Whenever a teacher walked by, they said, "Hey, come here, do you want a job in Colorado? How about Washington? How about?" So it struck us that there was a great need for teachers. And we did research across the state of Illinois of all the dual language programs. 3 years now. Just a survey. What are your needs? What are your intentions? And 75% of the schools that had dual language programs had intentions of expanding their program in the next 5 years. And every single one of them reported that their number one problem was qualified, prepared dual language teachers. And as we did more research, we discovered that the dual language program success, the long-term longevity of the program, it rests on the leaders within the school. And very many times, as some of you may already know, great dual language teachers become the program directors or administrators within about 3 minutes of taking on the classroom role because there's such a great need. So you are at the very front of the way. You are the first cohort of dual language teacher leadership students. We're very excited. And now I'm going to let my two esteemed colleagues introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erin McKinney, and I'm one of the newest ones to the Chicago area. I've been here for 3 years. Before this, I was living in Arizona and Tucson, and Arizona is an English-only state as far as instruction for English learners. It's one of the states that passed a statewide proposition mandating English only, and so you can find dual language programs, but you can't find too many English learners in the dual language programs because they need to demonstrate English proficiency before they can join the dual language program, which we know is pretty counterintuitive. For my doctorate program, I went to the state of Florida, and I did research there in a dual language school in Miami area. And I've now become more familiar with many dual language schools here in the Chicago area. I really believe in the model, and so I'm very excited to be part of this initiative to have a master's program dedicated to dual language, and also preparing our future leaders to serve in schools. So that's a little bit about me.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison Levine. I'm the faculty over here. I primarily research with teachers, and then also principals, superintendents, teacher principals, superintendents, my beginning was similar to Erin's. It's a little bit different. We both graduated from the University of Arizona, although we only passed each other. Just to kind of add on to Erin's example, that really resonated with some of my early experiences. I actually graduated in a different area. I did my work in education psychology. So as a graduate student, I was doing hundreds of observations in beginning teachers' classrooms. So I was the person in the back with fly on the wall. And in Arizona, given the situation there, find another peer that has to translate video. This is insane. So there was the initial seed, I think, that really started a lot of the thinking around, what can we do to really help support the outcomes for these students. So fast forward 7 years, a lot of my work is actually on peer evaluation and doing classroom observations and classroom research. And attending that professor really opened my eyes to how, a lot of the systems that we're using to think about teachers, effectively do not capture what people like these teachers are doing in the classroom, the so specialized needs that they have. So that's sort of the piece that I kind of bring to this is from the administrator's perspective. How do we honor the expertise that teachers have in this particular area, or how do we help principals know that? On a side note, I have 2 dual language learners in my home, so I have also from the parent perspective as well. So I think that kind of rounds us out as a team. All different pieces, and like Tammy said, this is something we've really been thinking about for a while. So we're so excited to be here.
Okay, and so for those of you who feel left out, I'm a Chicago girl. I taught in Chicago public schools, came up through Illinois education, and got my PhD at UIC. So I am very grounded and invested in Illinois, the urban settings, but also the suburban settings. And my specialty is literacy. So the pieces of reading, writing, and balanced literacy are the pieces that the 3 of us put together, plus feedback from our partner schools. So District 59, Woodville District 7, Chicago Public Schools, and Schaumburg District 54, where they've got a variety of successful and brand new experiences with dual language. They help inform us about creating this program, seeing what are the needs of the teachers, hitting the ground. So, ready? Let's learn more about this program. I know Anne gave us the and how does this specific work? Morning. Okay. Good morning. Are you here for dual language? Oh, come on. Make yourself comfortable then. There's more comfy chairs you can turn down, make yourself comfortable. All right. Okay, so we've already done introductions. That was good. Check. Program overview. As you know, and those of you who are joining us virtually, you may not already know this, we have 4 semesters for this master's program. The first semester launches in July. Oh, you know that. With 3 classes. There's 3 intensive classes. So you do your first week with Dr. Levine Allison with DLTL 410. Then your second week is 443 with Dr. McKinney, and the third week is with me, 447. So they will be long days, but intense days. So that's the reason for today's meeting, to get you ready. Because we won't be doing reading of textbooks. When you go home at night, do maybe some tasks, but you won't be reading the entire textbook every night. So, second semester is online, fall 2017. You've got these 2 classes. Spring is also online, 2 classes. And then to round it all up, next summer 2018, you've got 3 more week intensive classes where we're doing practicum, supervision and evaluation, and internship. So you can see we start at the beginning with the foundations, move into the teaching aspects, the methodology, the language, and then we round it off with sort of the teacher leadership aspects of it. And what we do embed dual language and teacher leadership into every one of the courses. So right from course number 1, effectively, you'll be looking at leadership because we want to prepare you to be leaders in the field and advocates. Any questions about the layout so far?
Are we looking to start with something before those weeks, like reading or?
Yep, that's what today's all about. The 3 of us are going to give you, that's my next slide, thank you very much. So this session, what we'll do is systematically, we will go 1 by 1. First course, Allison will introduce her course, tell you what readings you need to do and what tasks you need to do before coming to class. Then Erin will go with class number 2, and then I will wrap it up with class number 3. We've designed these 3 courses understanding full well that you are going
entrenched in work for 3 solid weeks. So we have worked together for the last year now, overlapping assignments, making sure that you're not doing busy work. You want something to start at the beginning of week 1, and you'll have pieces that conclude in week 3 with me, so that it's something meaningful, an authentic experience for you. One of those is a writing project. We, as graduate students, are going to encourage you to engage in advocacy, publishing. I want you to publish. We're going to support you in that. Also, conference presentations, partnering with us, partnering with each other. It will build your resume, as well as advocate for dual language nationwide, but most certainly in the states where we're living. Some of us online are not in Illinois, so it would apply to whatever state you're living in, but the notion that this is the most socially justice way to educate language for not only other language learners, English language learners, but for everyone. So that's that. Class number 1.
Are there any questions? So we can give you a physical copy of the PowerPoint we recorded today as well. So you'll have that as well. And then all the things that we talked about today, I'll tell you in a moment. Where you can access everything. All right, so the first course that you're going to take with us starts on the 10th of July. It's Foundations of Bilingual Language Education. The content of this course is really the initial sort of foundation, really to understand sort of the history of bilingual language education, and really sort of the basic components. What do the models look like, and what do we know in terms of the research on it? So I'm hoping you'll be able to leave this class with your 30-second elevator speech to a parent who's concerned about, or not sure about the language, and you can pop out with all these, all the things about what is the benefit. And so you'll be able to, your conversation starter. You'll have this really solidified. So we'll be talking about the history and also the kind of the components of it, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of the specific aspects that we see in language education, like translanguaging. So in terms of what's actually part of the course, you'll be doing a few tasks. So Tammy briefly mentioned the writing project. So one of the things that we really have been thinking a lot about was what are some ways that we can get you actively involved as leaders from the start and have opportunities to practice that kind of advocacy. And this is one way we see you doing this. And so it could be like a letter to the editor. It could be a conference presentation. It allows you to talk about dual language to different types of audiences. And as an academic, that's been something that's been really, really helpful for me. Writing a research article is way different than going to conferences. Having you to be able to do all those different modes is really important. So one of the things that will start in my class then is forming groups around topics that you think are interesting related to language, or bilingual education, or English language learners, or bilingualism, and seeing where some common interests are among the groups. So we can start forming those writing groups, and we're going to jump right in and start doing some of that writing or talking about what those opportunities might look like that sparks your interest. That's going to happen in my class, and we're going to finish it up in Tammy's class in the end. And so you will already, if you hop onto Blackboard, we can talk about accessing Blackboard at the end of the class today, you will see I already have a discussion board popped up there. So things kind of come up as you're doing your reading, as you're teaching in your classrooms or interacting with students. You know what, we really need to talk about this, more about this, or this is really interesting to me. You can just throw it up there as a comment, as a discussion thread, and we can start seeing where it's for. Another piece that I'll have you doing prior to the start of our class is capturing the translanguaging effect of a student. So seeing a student utilize 2 languages, multiple languages to make sense of their learning, and capturing that in any form that you can. Obviously, capture it on audio, that's wonderful, within the respect of whatever your school guidelines are. You can also, that's
And you'll be bringing those to class, and then we'll be analyzing them in class based on what you learned. So you'll be doing the collection, the data collection piece, but the actual thinking about it will happen over on site. We also have a Funds of Knowledge interview where you have an opportunity to interview with students, finding a little bit about what are their assets of expertise that they bring to the classroom. So learning a little bit about their culture, their home, their community, what are the things that they know best about. And then again, same thing, you'll be doing that data collection outside of class, and we'll be bringing in and doing that analysis and thinking about it in the context in class. And again, all those things about like, well, what questions would you ask? All of that's up on Blackboard. So there's some guidelines for teaching assignments about there's things that would like you to look for and record prior to coming to class. We also for the course have 3 reading responses, and these are really just basic questions to help you think about the reading. This is the text that is required for our course. It's going to be up on the next slide too, or you can write it down. And I'm going to have you read it prior to coming to class. This is really all the foundational knowledge that we'll cover in our class. And so what we'll be doing then in class, kind of coming back to this and reviewing it, but then also going deeper. And these reading responses will help us go deeper. So it'll allow you an opportunity to kind of reflect on the reading prior to coming to class. So you really class with your knowledge that time in discussion. And so I have 3 reading responses, and they're sort of just some question prompts that I have you respond to informally across these chapters. And then the last piece, which we'll talk about in some of the other classes as well, is a dual language program visit. So part of this first course is really learning about the components of dual language programs and what they look like. And so we want you to be looking at your own environments, or you can also choose somebody else's if you have an opportunity to get outside of your school, to really kind of analyze on a real deep level, like, what does your dual language program look like? Who are the learners? Who are the administrators and the teachers? What are the expertise that they bring? What the models look like? What does bilingualism or biliteracy feel like and look like in this classroom? And we'll be kind of analyzing that in contrast to what we're learning about through the text as well. And so part of that may be quick interviews with teachers and administrators, observations and practices and opportunity, looking at the curriculum, gathering school data, Illinois report card data to look a little bit about like the composition of the school, what do we know about the achievement, and also classroom setting. And so we do be collecting the data, and again, when we're doing the analysis and thinking about the data actually in class. A lot of data. I don't know how this happened, but I'm a researcher. So, are there questions about these? Yeah.
For all the data collection, are you allowed to use data from your own classroom or that we go to other colleges?
I think it's great to start where you are. If you have an opportunity to jump outside your classroom and get some information from others, please do so. So I know all of you are teachers, so I know it's hard for you to get out of your study, but as much as you can get outside of your classroom, that's helpful. Yeah.
What I've done, assignments that we have to do before
Yeah. So the reason we're having this meeting today is things that you would like me to accomplish before you come to us. So yeah, so these are things to be thinking about. I know I have stuff that is in June. I'm not sure about the colors. So couple weeks. Yeah.
19 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So and this is why we wanted to have these things. We wanted you to be able to, since we're having summer classes, we wanted you to be able to come in and give some like real examples of what's happening in your classroom to talk about. To be out of school technically by then. So yes. Absolutely. Yeah, so I can actually, when we're done today, I can open up Blackboard and show you what it looks like. You should, I hope, as of today, all of you should have access to all of the courses. So from today, you can get your hands on anything, whatever you want to start on first. I think Tammy mentioned she'd like you to kind of go course by course, just to help yourself keep keep things together. And so this would be the first week. And well, some of these things, like the dual language program visit, that'll overlap with other classes. So you'll be doing all the data collection, but you'll be thinking about it in different ways during the summer. And for each of these, there are separate documents that just outline, describe what I'm sort of expecting from those and what information I want to gather. All right, I think my slide, this is our text, so it's up here. If you have any trouble getting it, let me know. I think it's $35. And if you have any other additional readings for the class, it'll happen in class. So this is it. This is the data collection.
And what I understand, the bookstore does not have our books, so it's would be cheaper for you to buy them online anyway, so go that route.
Yeah.
Amazon is really cheap and most of those are on Prime.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this one has an ebook version too. It looks like ebook. I'm not really up in the ebook world. So I don't know, but I saw an ISBN. So. Other questions about this? Okay. This just tells you a little bit about where to access all of these. I told you they're all on Blackboard, so they're all up there. And we can show you what those look like if you're interested. And you can start Monday. No need to wait. All right.
All right, so the second week of our program will be the class DLTL 443. And in this class, we're learning all about academic language and looking at it across all the content. So we'll learn about what exactly is academic language, what does it mean in particular content areas, how to engage our students in academic conversation, how to develop their academic writing. And so we'll be concentrating a good part of that class on developing our own units that are lessons that will be useful for you. And also we'll be doing a little bit of data collection on discourse. And as a class, we'll be learning more about our own teacher discourse in our own classrooms and also student discourse. And we'll be helping each other analyze each other's data. So it'll be very collaborative in that sense. And so our class is a week long. We have full days and we'll be doing a variety of activities every day. So we'll have some discussions, we'll have some small group discussions, we'll have some work time to actually work on our lessons. We'll also hear each other's discourse analyses that they've collected in their classrooms, and we'll be continuing the writing projects that are started with Dr. Lee. So it'll be a mix of activities that'll make the day hopefully flow quickly, and we'll have some short breaks too throughout the day, so that we can stretch our legs and get some fresh air. All right, so our book is called Academic Language in Diverse Classrooms. I'll pass it around, and it's online as well. And so prior to the second week of the program, read as much of this book as you can, and we'll be doing some other smaller readings in class to set aside time to add on to this textbook. But that'll be our main pre-course reading, and so that'll be what we'll focus on. And as far as what will be on Blackboard for this course, already on Blackboard there's a discussion forum where you can decide what grade level you would like to do a unit on. And so we categorize them as the primary levels, meaning like K through second grade, the upper elementary levels, like 3rd through 5th grade, and then we have our intermediate levels of 6th through 8th grade. And you're welcome to choose a grade level that you are already teaching, or if you have familiarity with, or if you'd like to explore a certain grade level that you haven't developed lessons for. The goal for us is that we have a broad spectrum of even once you graduate from this program, we want you to have access to this website to be able to pull lessons from that future cohorts are going to develop. So you're our first cohort, and we'll share amongst ourselves. But in the future, after years of this master's degree, you'll be able to go back to this website that we're going to develop and pull lessons that will be useful for you. One of the, Tammy talked about the survey that we did as far as what teachers are lacking and what they need. And in addition to finding great dual language teachers, the survey participants mentioned that it's hard to develop our own materials and find materials. So through this course, we'll be able to start developing useful units for us in English, Spanish, or whatever your partner language is at school. I know that in our program we have some Chinese speakers too. They're not able to join us today, but in our summer kickoff, we'll have a mix of languages, which will be really great to learn from each other. And so one of the goals is to share the lessons amongst ourselves, and then another goal too is that next summer we're going to have practicum, and practicum is it's a hands-on course. And so years ago, the three of us were thinking, what kind of hands-on opportunity would we want for our students? And we were thinking how this area of Chicago, there's a lot of heritage language programs, like maybe some of you know people who go to Polish Saturday School, Arabic, Lithuanian. There's many kind of cultural schools that occur on the weekends. We haven't seen any Spanish schools, Spanish Saturday schools. And so what we're thinking for our practicum is we're going to have, not on Saturday because our summer session is during the week, but we're going to have a program that kids come to every day for several hours, and the kids will be, kindergarten through middle school, and so in addition to the lessons that we develop to share with each other, we're going to use those same lessons in our hands-on Saturday Spanish school idea, and so students will be able to participate in the lessons. We'll be able to try them out, improve them, tweak them, and students at the same time will learn academic language because we're going to have many different content areas of lessons, and again, maybe Spanish, English. We'll also have some Chinese speakers, so we can have a variety of lessons for our kids. And we're also going to involve family and community, so that will be a thread that you see through all the classes is how are we communicating with family and involving them in our programs. And so when we develop our lesson units, we'll all be thinking about how can family be involved in these units that we're doing. What kind of knowledge do our parents have that can add to the knowledge that we're teaching our students? And so making a kind of connection to family and community in addition to the social studies topic that we think of, or the science topic that we think of. So that will be another reason for our lesson development for the class. So the first task is just choosing that grade range that you're interested in, and then we can flesh out what exact grade you're interested in, so that we do have a variety. So if you could be a little flexible to thinking about what other grades you might be interested in developing something for, so that we do have a good range of material to use. And then we'll have some reading responses, so similar to Dr. Lee's classes. I'll put some responses that involve the textbook, and you can start participating prior to class in those discussions, and then once we get to class, we'll discuss it amongst each other in small groups without the textbook before we get to them. And then there's just one piece of data collection for this class, and this is a discourse piece of data. So what I mean by that is that teacher-student talk. It can be in a whole group lesson that you're doing. If you're a teacher, it can be your lesson with your students. If you're not a teacher, you can visit someone who is doing a lesson with your students. You can also do small group teacher-student talk. So if you're pulling kids to a table to work with them on guided reading or a content area, mathematics, etc., you can also record that smaller group. So as long as it has teachers and students talking through a lesson, if you can record a segment, and then in class we're going to hear more about the data that you collected, and we're going to focus on a 10-minute segment. So among maybe the half hour or the hour that you record, I'm going to ask you to choose a 10-minute segment, and I want you to transcribe it. And so transcribe is when you listen and you type what it is that you listen to. 10 minutes. It shouldn't take too long. The transcription, I don't know if anybody transcribed something before. Okay, it can take a while. 20 minutes can take like a whole hour. So 10 minutes is not too bad. And that way, when we're learning about each other's discourse, we'll have something concrete to look at and read, and really deeply analyze the discourse that we're learning. So I like this program called Audacity. It's free on the internet. You can download it, and that's what I use to listen to a recording. I like it because you can use your arrow keys on the keyboard to go rewind and fast forward at very small increments, so that you're not always having to find where you left off with your listening. You can just slightly fast forward or rewind and make sure that you can hear what it is that you recorded. So it's a suggestion, but you can use any media program to listen to your recording. And then so the 10-minute segment use Audacity, but then the entire 36-minute lesson, if you could share that with me through Google Drive. So if you don't already have a Gmail account, I would ask you if you can sign up for Gmail so that you have access to that cloud service that Google Drive allows you to easily share large files, because sending these kind of large files through email, sometimes our servers don't allow that kind of size. So my suggestion is Google Drive, and you can send it to me whenever, prior to class, and then by the time class starts, if you could have your 10-minute segment already transcribed, and I can make copies for all of us to look at. But we'll be analyzing each other's discourse, which will be the interactive part of the class, and learning more about in real life how this academic language can be used or not used. So we'll relate that to what we're learning. So what questions do you have? You're good.
Do you prefer a language, English or Spanish?
It does not matter.
Is it okay if, and I read it, my testing, is it okay if you film a bridge?
That would be
And then-
fine.
Okay. And then we send the whole file to you, but only have to describe 10 minutes. Okay. And do you have a content area in particular, just any? Okay.
No, good. Yeah, flexible. I saw another hand in here. Got it. All right. So I think that takes us to our third week. Deep breath.
I think one of the pieces that I had a question about was you said content area. So on there that you have to choose the grade level, primary, intermediate, or upper, not a specific grade level, and the content area, right? Science, social studies, or math. And then also they would maybe bring in some materials to the week.
Yeah.
Because you're not going back to your classroom and digging through books in July. So once you narrow down your target for your curriculum unit, gather some materials, some textbooks, picture books, if there's other materials you want to use, have that at your disposal.
Are we ready to choose which language. And then as part of our unit, we'll suggest for you a template that you can use that will help cover some of these bridging aspects because the language you teach in a certain language, but you may cross linguistic connections. So yeah, any language is fine. And then in class we'll work on how we can bring in the other language and what kind of be appropriate.
Okay, so my class, the last class, and everybody will be like, Biliteracy Program Design and Development. This is the course July 24th through 28th, and it really is going to take a look at how we teach reading and writing in Spanish and English. And for those students who do not have Spanish as their other language, they can look at adapting the information. Because I know teaching Chinese is very different than teaching Spanish. But our text, because the population focuses, the majority is Spanish, the text that we will be using does focus on Spanish. So, and just like Erin and Allison will be doing class discussions, activities, discourse analysis, in-class readings, lessons, reading work time, and lesson practice. So the goal, one of the pieces that we'll be creating in my class is the lessons that you've begun, the unit that you've begun in Erin's class, 5 lessons. We're expanding that and developing it into 15 lessons. So that you'll have a complete unit by the time you finish week 3, right? We're not starting from the scratch, we're taking what we started and stretching it across. And then the other piece is a dual language program design. That's the leadership aspect of the course, where we start really diving into making decisions about what would be the best program for our school setting, right? Just because you have a certain program in your school setting doesn't mean necessarily that it was the right choice for the setting. Every school has a different context, a different population of learners, of teachers. So getting you to be the leader who can analyze what would be the best program for my school doesn't mean you're going to be staying at your school for the rest of your life. You may be hired as a curriculum coordinator at a new school who's starting a dual language program. You will be the one making the decision about what program we're choosing. So we will be looking at that program design and making decisions. The text, Freeman and Freeman, 2009. The first 2 lines on this slide, it's the same book. One version is in English, the other version is in Spanish. It's your choice. It's the same information in the text. And there's a picture of each on the right-hand side. The blue one is the Spanish version. The tan color is the English version. And the other book that is required for this course is Beeman and Earl's Teaching for Biliteracy. And I want to take a moment to assure you that our program, this dual language teacher leadership program, is based on research. We are not advocating for Beeman and Earl, Project GLAD, any of the published packages that are out there. We are not advocating. We're wrestling with the ideas, but we're basing this on research. What has been proven, not what works for 1 or 2 schools or 23 schools. What's research-based instruction? So, like the other 2 classes, you'll be reading the entire textbook because this is 2 books. You'll be reading both books. There's 3 reading responses. Again, I stress to you, start reading 410 books first, then Erin's, then mine. So if you want to think about, I know you're sweating. The information that we want you to take from these books, we'll be diving into that. We don't want you to be the masters at the whole book by the time you come to class. There won't be a test, but we want you to at least have read it, considered it. We don't expect the right answers just yet, but we don't want to assign you a textbook and then you start class in July. We want you to be able to enjoy the city of Chicago if you're staying down here. So there's 3 reading responses. in 410, in Allison's class, you are going into schools and you're data collecting, you bring the data collection piece. In those visits, we will be using some of the data you collect for an analysis in our class. And there may just be a few other things I want you to pay attention to while you're doing the visits or while you're doing the data collection. And I have that list for you on Blackboard. So now you're starting to see how it's an overlap, right? You don't have to do 3 separate visits, 1 visit or 1 data collection. And collecting the literature, text, materials you might use for the curriculum unit, as we talked about with Erin. So the materials that you're bringing to Erin's class, probably the exact same materials you bring to mine. The picture books, the trade books, materials, textbooks, whatever you're bringing in for your curriculum. One more piece we talked about in Allison's class is writing subject. What's your interest? As you're thinking about your interests on her discussion board on Blackboard, I want you to look at the other people's interests too, because we would like you partner up so that you're not right partner up or even a group. Yeah, whatever organically. 2, 3, yeah, that would be great. And you know, who else is interested in special education? Who else is interested in parent family involvement? Okay, maybe I can let's partner. Let's have a discussion of what kind of materials might we want to bring in. What kind of research is out there that we can bring in? I'm not asking you to read all of it and be masters at it, but that you're collecting it or at least thinking about it so that you have the materials with you when you come to the very first class with Alice. So you're ready to go. Any questions about that? Yes, yeah, good. I'm glad we like these classes.
Are we doing a unit? I'm not gonna hang up. Are we doing a unit for class?
Or is it 1 unit?
So in my class, we're just doing 1 lesson, 1 responsive lesson. That's it.
My class up to 5 lessons, so a 3 to 5 lessons that you'll then carry forward.
Yeah, so if you've done 5 with Erin, you bring those 5 to me, and then you'll add another 10. So you're fleshing out that added unit, and you're making it a full, rich, robust unit. So does that make sense? Not 3 separate units. Yes.
We're limited to 12 or
I would go for the primary so that you would aim for the K, but then keeping in mind that when we're looking at primary, there's a range, right? So even in your kindergarten class, you'll have students for preschool or pre-preschool levels, right? So keeping in mind that how do we differentiate? So yeah, we just started with the, right? All right, any other questions? Questions are good because that means we're missing the pieces that we miss that we just live within our brain all the time. Just cool language, all my fun. All right. Are you freaking out yet? This guy. John? Yeah. You can start to see overlaps in how one leads into the other. There's a limit, there's 40 hours a week. That's as much as we can do.
So I have yeah, the majority of the work is from 8 to 5.
Yep.
Are we gonna have time to work on it while we're here?
Yes. It's 9 to 5. Yeah, it's working lunch built in, and yes, we are designing the day so that we're doing work. We're using the time with each other to the best of our usage. We're doing analysis on the data. We're talking about the translanguaging events. We're looking at the interview. We're doing the thinking behind the information together. Good question. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be
I'm sorry.
sorry.
Okay, so this just kind of popped into my head. It sounds like the unit that we will be creating, before we start your class, we will already have an idea of what grade level, what content area, what. Okay, so we'll figure that out via our discussion on
Yes.
on the 410 class. Okay, just so that
No, I can get materials before school.
It's
Oh, I'm sorry.
Erin's class, yeah.
Erin
Because
has
we won't get too much into that piece in my class, we'll do a little bit, I mean, we're talking about like foundational stuff, like culturally responsive instruction and tons of knowledge. So we'll be doing a lesson unit that's culturally responsive, but you won't get into the grade level content areas yet to your class, yeah. So Erin's class is the one to connect to start thinking about.
Just thinking before school ends to kind of.
Yes,
Yep.
that's exactly right.
Yes, right.
And I think that we talked about the limit of 3 people per subject level. So we've got primary science, primary social studies, primary math. We have intermediate science, intermediate social studies, intermediate math. We have upper science, social studies, and math. So pick one of those 9 and make sure there's only 2, at least at the most 2 other people on that one. We don't want 4 and 5 people all, doing primary science. So max of 3. So you're going to have to look at the discussion boards on Erin's class to see who's up there. All right, yes. Max of 3. Small groups with the interest on the writing people.
Yeah.
So some advice. Blackboard opens today for you. You will be able to go to the Roosevelt website. You will see for students, there's a menu, Blackboard, academic Blackboard, I think it's called. And you sign in using your username, which is basically your email address without the @mail.roosevelt.edu. And your password is birth date.
Good question. The first one is.
Whatever you sign in with into your email is the sign-in password for Blackboard. It's all the same. Makes it easy, right? Again, begin your readings with 410, then move to 443, then move to 447. There are some overlaps in the assignment tasks. So I don't want you to just focus on Allison's tasks of doing the data collection and not peeking in at Erin's and mine. Like, oh, I gotta do another one now because I need to get this and this and this. Better you have a laundry list of things that I need to get. Boom, 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 hit it all. And remember, you're just doing the collection. You're not creating the lessons and the units now. You're just collecting the resources, the materials, and the data. Class details, I would say bring your laptop to class every session. We will have internet access. Do your best to get laptops. I think you may have access to some really funky ones if you don't have one. But because we'll be doing the writing. You'll be working on your lesson plans. You'll be working on the academic writing piece. So be that. Bring food and beverages. You are welcome to eat, drink, be merry, use the facility. As Erin said, we'll have some breaks built in, 15-minute breaks, and then lunch is a working lunch because you have to account for 8 hours of productivity. So plan ahead. We'll all be in this together. By the end of my class, we'll all be celebrating and going to each other's houses for dinner. All right, so final words. I want you to think about this. This is not a requirement of the program, but this is something that we're encouraging graduate students. As you think about yourself as an advocate for dual language, you are going to be, in this program, one of the leaders of dual language information in the state of Illinois. Do you realize that? You'll be one of the few people who have a dual language master's degree in Illinois. So you are leaders. We want you to consider talking with your administration, seeing if they will pay for you to attend the dual language New Mexico conference, November 1st through 4th in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Which is La Cosecha.
La Cosecha, thank you. Consider attending. Some of you may be presenting with faculty at your schools. I might have an opportunity for you to join me in a presentation. I don't know if it's accepted. We'll find out by July. And then we all really want you to consider presenting at the 2018 conference. Because by then you will have finished your program. You will have written the this paper already by the end of this semester. So you will be the professional of dual language education and this unicorn called teacher leadership. And if you focus on an area like special education, then you're really a unicorn. All right. The other one, annual statewide conference for teachers serving linguistically and culturally divorced students, which you see by 4 or 5 o'clock.
If you focus on special education, then you have a certification in special education, I'm assuming.
If we don't offer certification in this program, but you may focus on dual language or bilingual special education as one of your special interests in your writing projects. Yes, that's a great, humongous need. Yes. That's in Oak Brook in December. And today's session, again, is recorded and available on Zoom. Email us if you want the link. Maybe if it's okay. Yeah, I'll put it as an announcement on Blackboard today, so it gets emailed out to you immediately, and it'll be the link to the recorded one online. And then we have virtual students that are attending this meeting right now also, and some that couldn't be here because of graduation or confirmation responsibilities this morning. So we are a healthy bunch of, at this point I think we're 20 students, which is so exciting. Any last thoughts, questions, concerns? Please. Got us live and in person. Allison, can you monitor to see if we have any questions?
Yeah, I'm Zoom.
Okay, she's texting.
I'm asking them to jump in.
Okay.
Not so far.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm in Washington. I'm so excited to meet all of you.
And do you have a question, Amy?
No, I don't. No.
Amy's in Washington State. She'll be joining us. That's exciting. All right. Any other questions or concerns? Okay. So I described to you how to get onto Blackboard. We encourage you today to go onto Blackboard, sign in with your email login information, and you will see 410, 443, and 447. You won't see the syllabus and all of the other scary details. Just, I know for Allison in my class, it's called, there's a folder called pre-session tasks or something like that. Click on that one. I think we'll have lots of wonderful things to be on Blackboard, but for now, focus on tasks we've done today. And if you have any questions along the way, need support, the three of us, emailed any of us in the past, you know that we're dual language crazy. As you will be very shortly. So without restraining you further, I think we've kept to our time frame we promised. And thank you for coming out today. Yeah, sure. Yes. That's a very good question. You know what? Because the assignments are lesson plans and curriculum units, if you want to write it in Spanish, I think that's fair. Let me ask you a question. In your school where you work, can you write lesson plans in Spanish? Yeah. Then the answer is yes. We want, like Erin and I and Allison, we want this to be not just applicable for practicum, but also for you in the classroom. So that you can say, hey, I have a lesson much in Spanish. So I think yes. Yes. And one of the things we were hoping to do at the start of each day, in addition to some community building things, do a quick Spanish song or poem or something so that we're exploring academic language from day one all the way through. So there's not, you want to just build. You can't get it all in one week of academic language class. So if you've got a favorite song, poem, joke, book, whatever in Spanish, or something that brings in academic language, certainly we can all handle it conversational, and we will have English only students in our midst, so that we need to shelter. Yeah, we need to just like we will in our own classrooms. So I think this is a really great opportunity to practice the dual language right now, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. We can't wait to see you and can't wait to see what you're doing online. Yeah.
I was super excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will the guys be here or in the main? We're hoping they're gonna be here.
Not in this
To be
room
fair.
necessarily. We're 90% sure it will be in the Gage building, 18 South Michigan Avenue, this building.
We're advocating for paper class.
So, yeah, that's what we're shooting for, but we will definitely keep you guys. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Parking, okay, so there is, I wonder where we can get students to park. I know there's Grant Park parking right underneath here. I don't know if students, I will explore that. Okay. If you show your